All right, America, buckle up, because things are about to get pricey in the car market. President Trump has decided to hit imported cars with a whopping 25% tariff. What does that mean? It means if a car is made outside the US, it just got a whole lot more expensive to sell here. Trump says it's to protect American jobs and bring back manufacturing, but is it that simple? Hold on to your steering wheels, folks, because we're about to break this down. So what exactly are tariffs? Think of them like a tax on goods coming from other countries. In this case, we're talking about cars. When a foreign car company wants to sell their shiny new sedans or SUVs in America, they now have to pay an extra 25% on top of the original price. That cost usually gets passed down to you, the consumer, in the form of higher prices. Trump claims this will make American-made cars more attractive and boost our own auto industry, but will it? Let's find out. The idea behind these tariffs is to make foreign cars more expensive, encouraging people to buy American. Trump believes this will force companies to move their factories back to the US, creating jobs and boosting the economy. But critics argue that it could actually hurt American workers and businesses that rely on imported parts and vehicles. They say it could also lead to higher prices for consumers and spark a trade war with other countries. It's a gamble, and we're all along for the ride. Here's the part that's going to hit you right in the wallet. Car prices are expected to skyrocket. We're talking thousands of dollars more for that new SUV you've been eyeing. Why? Because almost half of the cars sold in the US are imported. That means your favorite Toyota, Honda or BMW just got a whole lot pricier. And even if you're a die-hard American car fan, you're not off the hook. Many American brands use parts from overseas, which are also subject to the tariffs. So get ready to shell out more cash, whether you're buying a Ford or a Ferrari. The impact on your wallet depends on what kind of car you're looking for. If you're in the market for a luxury car, expect to pay a hefty premium. Those high-end imports are about to get even more high-end. But even if you're on a budget, you'll feel the pinch. The tariffs are expected to add thousands of dollars to the price of even the most affordable cars. So if you were planning on trading in your old clunker for something new, you might want to start saving your pennies. The auto industry is warning that these tariffs will lead to higher prices for everyone. They say it will make it harder for people to afford new cars, hurting both consumers and the industry itself. Dealers are bracing for a drop in sales as buyers balk at the inflated prices. And with fewer cars being sold, there's a risk of job losses in the auto sector, both in manufacturing and sales. So, while Trump claims these tariffs will bring back jobs, there's a real chance they could do the opposite. Trump's big bet is that these tariffs will force car companies to bring their factories back to the US, creating jobs and boosting the economy. It's a classic case of America First economics. The idea is to make it more profitable for companies to build cars here at home, rather than importing them from overseas. But will it work? That's the billion-dollar question. Some experts are skeptical. They argue that car manufacturing is a complex global industry, and simply slapping tariffs on imports won't magically bring back factories and jobs. They point out that many companies have already invested heavily in plants overseas, and it's not easy or cheap to just pick up and move. They also worry that the tariffs could backfire, leading to higher costs for American consumers and businesses, and ultimately hurting the economy. The reality is that car manufacturing is no longer a simple equation of American workers building American cars. The industry is globalized, with parts and labor sourced from all over the world. A car assembled in the US might have an engine from Japan, a transmission from Germany, and seats from Mexico. These tariffs disrupt this intricate web of supply chains, making it more expensive and complicated for companies to build cars, regardless of where they do it. So, while the goal of boosting American manufacturing is admirable, the method might not be the most effective. The jury's still out on whether these tariffs will actually help or hurt the American economy. It's a complex issue with a lot of moving parts, and economists are sharply divided on the potential impact. Some argue that the tariffs will boost domestic manufacturing, create jobs, and reduce the trade deficit. Others warn that it could lead to higher prices, job losses in other sectors, and retaliation from trading partners, ultimately harming the economy. Those who support the tariffs point to the potential for growth in the American auto industry. They argue that higher prices for imported cars will make American-made vehicles more competitive, leading to increased production and job creation. They also believe that the tariffs will force companies to invest in US factories, bringing back manufacturing jobs that have been lost to globalization. However, critics of the tariffs argue that they will ultimately hurt American consumers and businesses. They predict that higher car prices will reduce demand, leading to job losses in the auto industry and related sectors. They also warn that the tariffs could spark a trade war, with other countries retaliating with tariffs of their own on American goods, harming exports and further damaging the economy. The debate rages on, with no clear consensus on the ultimate impact of these tariffs.